Oh, it's on. Good morning, guys. Well, I am out in the middle of nowhere. I came here yesterday, no service, so I couldn't update anybody, but came here yesterday to get away and to see what it really feels like to maybe feel safety within myself. It's actually kind of a funny thing. It's like coming out here to the middle of nowhere should be pretty scary. And in some ways, there is some, I'll call it weirdness, that I deal with being alone or being by myself or not seeing anybody for hours at a time. But I'd say since I started doing this again, car lifing that is, and sleeping out in my tent pretty much every night since I started, actually has been every night, this is the safest I have felt. Knowing that this morning there was going to be nobody driving by, nobody that I feel like I had to get up for, nobody that I felt like I had to go move my car or explain myself or really anything. And it was I can't say new for me, but yeah, to really get to start to feel what safety feels like inside of me. So, like I said, I got here yesterday and I was on kind of like this path of figuring out what the heck was I experiencing. Why like yesterday morning, the video that I recorded was like feeling like I wasn't the good kid anymore and having to still try to have people like me or prove myself, or like I said, being in your car, and it doesn't matter where I pull off. I mean, mine is here so far, but there's always that sense of like, I'm allowed to be here, but it's upsetting people, I'm sure, or just exactly that, like proving yourself or still trying to be liked by society. And yeah, I'm still playing around with it, honestly. But it took me a little bit, and then I realized I don't have to know it right now. I don't have to figure this out right now. And I came to the realization I was never really taught what it was to feel safe. Sorry, I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit because it's in my eyeballs. So I was never taught what it was like to feel safe and secure in myself, always depending on others for that. And now it's learning what that is for me. So it's going to be a little bit of a process. But either way, I got myself a hammock set up over there, and I think I'm going to go chill out, read for a while. Now that the sun's coming out, it's going to get hot quick, I think. So just keep finding shade today, hang out here for probably another day, and go back to civilization tomorrow, because I think tomorrow's my takeoff day. Don't know really where I'm going yet, but you guys will be probably the second to know. So, all right, I'm gonna go climb into my hammock. So I feel like something wants to be said about inner child work. So I feel like with the previous video I said about how I was never taught what safety was, what security in myself was. These were always provided for me externally. And that's true with, I'd say, a lot of people. And it's almost like I'm trying to learn safety and boundaries for the adult Ashley. But really, it's like taking a look at my inner child, the child that never learned how to do it for herself, the child that maybe wanted to do a number of different things, and was never allowed to, was never heard, was never seen. And I can't say never, but either way. But it's like listening to my 7-year-old self, and what does she want to do? So like this hammock, for example, strung between two pretty awkward shaped trees, and this one has fallen over. But either way, it's like yesterday when I went to go set this all up, and I don't even mean the hammock so much, but the adult Ashley wanted to put the tent right next to the car, which is probably about 50 yards that way. And just in case, you never know if you have to make a quick escape or whatever it happens to be. But the adult Ashley was like, I don't feel like walking all the way over here multiple times to drag all of my stuff. But there was something inside of me that was just like, this is such a cool little area. You know, this little nook with this fallen down tree. I'm like, if I was a kid, we would have built a tree fort right here. And I would have sat in there and read some books or whatever it happened to be. Play house right there. And somewhere the serious adult Ashley doesn't do those things anymore. So either way, I think it's maybe also listening to her, my child self, and maybe making her feel safe. And once she starts to feel safe, maybe I will too. So just some food for thought. I'm going to continue to read my book.